The Queen was in direct contact with Prince Charles just days before the heir to the throne tested positive for COVID. So has the Queen tested positive for the virus? Prince Charles tested positive for the COVID-19 at the start of the first UK coronavirus wave in March 2020. But on Thursday, it was announced the heir apparent had tested positive once again, forcing Charles to cancel a planned statue unveiling in Winchester. And it later emerged Charles had been in direct contact with the Queen on Tuesday, shortly before he tested positive for the virus. The Queen cancelled swathes of engagements in October and November after being advised by doctors to rest, carrying out only light duties after she spent a night in the hospital to undergo preliminary tests. Joe Little, the managing editor of Majesty magazine, said, "Given the fact that the Queen saw her son and heir less than 48 hours before he was confirmed to have COVID for a second time, there is inevitably a huge level of concern for the monarch, given her age above everything else. Clearly, a very close eye will be kept on Her Majesty in the coming days to see that nothing is amiss. The Queen is understood to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19, and therefore she will not need to self-isolate unless she tests positive, as stipulated by the current COVID rules." While Prince Charles is currently self-isolating and he is thought not to be exhibiting serious symptoms, Buckingham Palace refused to confirm whether the Queen had tested positive or negative for the virus on Thursday, citing medical privacy, but it is understood that the Queen was not showing COVID symptoms at that time. Naturally, there has been national concern for Britain's longest-reigning monarch, who suffered from a period of poor health last year. In the British royal family, it is understood only Prince Charles has tested positive for the virus recently. Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, did not test positive on Thursday, and she was out and about on a solo royal engagement. But elsewhere in Europe, several monarchs have tested positive for the virus in recent days. Prince William is concerned for the Queen and Prince Charles after his father tested positive for COVID-19 just days after visiting the monarch. This morning the Prince of Wales has tested positive for COVID-19 and is now self-isolating, his office, Clarence House, said in a statement on Twitter. There was no immediate comment on his condition, but a Buckingham Palace source confirmed he had recently met his mother. The monarch was not displaying any symptoms, but the situation was being monitored, the source said. The Queen confirmed in early 2021 she had received her first COVID vaccine dose, encouraging others to also have the shot, but the palace has declined to confirm whether she has received subsequent shots, saying it does not comment on private medical matters. Charles confirmed in December that both he and his wife, Camilla, had received their booster shots. He had been at Windsor Castle, the Queen's home to the west of London where she is currently staying, on Tuesday to hand out honours. The health of the Queen, the world's oldest and longest-reigning monarch, has been in the spotlight since she spent a night in hospital last October for an unspecified ailment and then was advised by her doctors to rest. On Monday, a day after she celebrated 7 decades on the throne, a palace source said she was intending to return to normal duties, with a number of public appearances planned for next month. Camilla went ahead with engagements in London on Thursday and has tested negative. On Wednesday, the prince attended a reception for the British Asian Trust where pictures showed him chatting to other guests including British Finance Minister Rishi Sunak and Interior Minister Priti Patel. A spokesperson for Sunak said the minister had tested negative for COVID on Thursday. Charles previously tested positive for the virus in March 2020 when he said he had been lucky to have suffered only mild symptoms. His son Prince William also contracted COVID shortly after his father in 2020. During her engagements on Thursday, Camilla said she was very honored and very touched by Elizabeth publicly stating her desire that she become Queen Consort when Charles becomes king. Camilla, Charles's second wife, was vilified by the tabloid media after the breakdown of Charles's first marriage to the late Princess Diana, and after her death in 1997. Coverage has become much more sympathetic in recent years, and a poll for the Daily Mail on Wednesday suggested that 55% of the British public now supported her becoming Queen Consort compared to 28% who were opposed. However, other surveys have indicated that many people still remain hostile to her taking the title, with a YouGov poll in November finding just 14% backed her being Queen. Clarence House confirmed. Buckingham Palace has not confirmed whether the Queen has tested positive or negative, citing medical privacy. In response to the news on Twitter, @Jeanette Singola said, "William will no doubt be upset that his UAE tour is being overshadowed by this news.